Hello, everybody. Welcome to the reading sprints. It is very, very last minute and impromptu. I kind of just woke up this morning and decided that I wanted to do some reading sprints. So I'm reading The Burning God by R.F. Kuang. I'm enjoying it, but I'm also a bit stuck. So it's just not really been the reading month that I wanted it to be. I was expecting really good. I had such a good reading month in September that I was just expecting to go crazy. I read 10 books in the month of August, and it was my best reading month of the year. Now I can't seem to get through this book at all. I am on page 374 of about 600. So it's really, really good, but it is quite the slog. Like, it's very, very heavy reading. And whilst I'm reading it, I'm enjoying reading it. But when I put the book down, I don't really want to pick it up again. So need to get through The Burning God today. I need to read a big chunk, hence the reading sprints, because I just didn't think that I would read today if I didn't have a thing that forced me to be reading. So it's time for some reading sprints. Hello, how is work going? What are you reading? How is the switch to lifestyle content? I have so many questions. I haven't spoken to you in ages. But how are you all doing? I was just saying that I'm reading The Burning God. I'm struggling to get through it because it's just such heavy reading, but it's good when I read it. The minute I put it down, don't want to pick it back up again, and I needed to force myself to read today. So I'm sprinting instead. Also, I have a coffee because I bought some pumpkin spice syrup, so I'm just making cheap coffees, and it has dancing skeletons on it because I am making forensic anthropology my entire personality now that I am officially enrolled and doing a master's degree. So in case you didn't know, I like skeletons and bones. And coffee and pumpkin spice lattes and autumn and anything cozy and fun. That's good. I'm glad that you're finding it more fun. I know that you were struggling with the content for a little while there, so I'm glad that it's fun. And stress is sometimes good. Like, it's not good, but it's also good that you care so much about the channel that you're feeling stressed about it. Yes, I did actually see this on your Instagram today. It looks good. I am very tempted to pick it up. I don't really know what it's about, but it looks fun. And I've never heard of this one, but if you say it's good, then it's probably good. Is it contemporary? I assume it's a contemporary. This is Rachel we're talking about. This is like really weird being here like this, because I'm normally like a guest host, and so doing it myself feels very strange. There's like no one to chat to. How do you guys do this all the time? Oh, I should probably set up the timer, shouldn't I? That sounds incredible. I love fake dating and figuring your life out in your 20s. That is like my whole branding. I do have like a whole video that I want to film soon on fake dating / marriage of convenience. I think they're kind of under the same umbrella in my mind. So I'm very excited to read the books for that video because it's just the best trope. Hello, how are you doing? What are you going to be reading today if you're joining us? Okay. I do like a good YA. I'm getting back into a YA mood lately. I drifted but I'm coming back to my roots. I'm also coming back to the fantasy roots after kind of cheating on fantasy with romance this entire year. I've now decided that I'm a fantasy reader again. I'm very, very excited about it. I found an article, a BuzzFeed article about the 25 best marriage of convenience tropes. So I'm just like picking books from that list and I will be reading them. I've already purchased them. I just need to finish this absolute like behemoth of a book so that I can start that video. What are you studying? I'm very jealous. I miss studying like a lot. I know that sounds fake, but I actually do miss studying and I'm excited to go back to uni and actually have some studying to do this autumn. Even though I just got an email from my uni today that the lecturer that I wanted to do my master's at this uni for, she was the whole reason I wanted to study there, is now going to be on sabbatical for the whole year. So I won't even get to meet her. And she was like the professor that does exactly what I want to do. So that's a little bit saddening, but we move. It's still going to be a good uni program. That is so exciting. I think you mentioned in a life update or something like that this was happening, and I'm very, very happy for you and also incredibly jealous as I do this broadcast from my parents' house because I am still living with my parents and me and my boyfriend are still long distance. Oh, historical fiction is another really, really good genre. I have some historical fictions, well, historical romances, but they're still kind of historical fictions on the Marriage of Convenience video because that trope just most easily fits into historical romances. It's very difficult to have like a forced marriage situation otherwise. But I'm glad you enjoyed Heartbreak House Share too. I might pick it up because it's written by a little writer M, right? And she's like on YouTube. So if I want to, like, I kind of want to like support other people on YouTube. So I might pick that up. Yeah, I should probably not do that because every couple of months I change my mind. It's fine. They've handled the transition seamlessly. I can't really be angry about it. I'm assuming she's on sabbatical for research, so it is what it is. I think I'm aiming to do my PhD at UCL as well, so she'll maybe be back to be my supervisor then. I don't know. Okay, but essays though. I'm definitely looking at this through like major rose tinted glasses. Like I'm surprised these are like quite literally not red right now. But I miss essays. Like I miss all of the research for essays and the like stress of needing to get it done by tomorrow and the like grinding it out. I think I'm just living a very sad life right now because I want to write essays again. But I have actually started writing a story because I miss writing so much. I don't want to say book because it's not. I guess I don't know. We'll see what it ends up being. But I have an idea and I am currently writing it because I miss essays. So with that, I'll probably start a sprint. I'm thinking 30 minutes for the first one. I prefer them when they're a bit shorter to start with. Ease myself in. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to be very, very stressed out in a couple months and I'm going to regret saying that. But it's also, I think, why I miss essays is because I know I won't be doing essays anymore. I'll be doing reports and like sciencey stuff. Whereas where I did a BA undergrad, I got to just write essays on like how Alcoholics Anonymous is a cult and just like any kind of weird thought processes I could write an essay on, and I can't do that anymore. So I think that might be why I miss them. But I will definitely regret saying how much I miss studying in a couple of weeks' time when it all kicks off. I got my timetable recently and my God, it's busy. It's a lot. Yeah. You're all right. You are, like, everyone is always right. I will regret it. But yeah, probably just do a 30-minute sprint because this is going to tear my heart out and rip it to shreds. I know it is. I don't even know how it is, but all I ever see on Twitter is people crying over this book. So I have that much to go. it's quite a lot. I don't think I'll be finishing it in today's sprints, but I would like to make some very, very good progress. So probably going to jump into a 30-minute sprint now. Then the second sprint will probably be 45 minutes. And then at the end of the second sprint, we'll see where we're at, if I feel like doing another one or not. Completely depends on the vibes. So let's just try sharing my screen because I've never done that before. And then we go. Is that yes, it is. Okay, it works. I did something technologically. The whole reason that I haven't wanted to do like live reading sprints is because I didn't know how to share a screen on here, and I was worried about doing it, but it all went smoothly. We're all good. So I will catch up with you in 30 minutes, and happy reading. Those of you who are here for work, Rachel, I'm assuming you may have to go back to work, and that is fine. I thank you for joining even for a couple of minutes. And yes, happy reading, everybody. right, how was that sprint for everybody? I reached page 416, so I've cracked the 400 page mark. Still another 200 to go. This book is just so good though. Like, I can't even complain about the length of it because it's just so good. It's so, I'm shaking everything as I move. It is just so complex. Like, there's so many different things to consider in the world building, and I am just amazed that this can actually come from another human's brain. Like, it feels so real and alive, and the politics feels so genuine, and the strategy feels so complicated and genuine, and I am loving that element of it. I'm also particularly enjoying the comparison and the discussion of the different ideologies of our two different warring sides and what actually makes them the same and what actually makes them different and why they are at war. It's a very interesting dynamic and discussion. And it's only a trilogy. I've only read 2 books in this world prior to this one, but it feels like I have been reading it for a very, very long time. Not even like I have been reading it for a very long time, but the character development of Rin particularly is so strong that it just feels like I've been following her for more than 3 books. Looking back at where she was at the beginning of the Poppy War to looking at where she is towards the end of the Burning God, she is just in such a different place, and it's very, very fun to read. I'm having a really good time with this book. It's just very long, and because it's so heavy and war based, when I put it down, I don't necessarily want to pick it back up again, but I'm having a good time. Thank you. I very much appreciate that, and I hope I can be good background listening. I am a big fan of streams on in the background. If I'm ever gaming, there's reading sprints on in the background, and rather than reading, I just game. Speaking of games, I have been obsessively playing the Disney Dreamlight Valley game, and it's so good. It's so good. I think it will eventually be free, but it's available for early access at £25 now on the Switch anyway. £25 for a Switch game was not expensive to me. They're normally 40, but they're normally between like 40 and £60, so 25 was fine. And it's a really, really, really good game. If you like Stardew Valley or Animal Crossing, it is the perfect blend of those two, but you also get to go and find Disney characters. So I'm currently like tracking down Remy right now, and I'm helping Remy cook, and it's got like the Ratatouille music in the background, and it is very, very cozy vibes. I highly recommend. That is very, very good progress. I am happy for you. It's always really nice when you kind of find what you're looking for. And things start to feel like you're moving in the right direction. So I hope that it does end up actually being useful for your essay and you make some good progress on it. That's fine. I am happy to be background noise. I love background noise. Just let me prattle on about my books, and I hope you are having a productive day at work. So I am reading The Burning God by R.F. Kuang. This is book 3 in the Poppy War trilogy, and I really just want to get this trilogy off of my TBR now because I've been reading it for a very long time. It's a very, very heavy war-based fantasy if you haven't heard of this series. And when I say war, I mean war. Like, the atrocities of war and the horrors that soldiers have to go through is present in this book. And so when I get to the end of one of these books, I normally have to take a good 6 to 9 month break before I can pick up the next one. But no matter how horrific the events are, it's so well written that I can never DNF the series. That is so good. Everyone's just being productive today. Hopefully you had a good lunch break. You're gonna love it. You actually are. Like, it's so good. I don't know what else it's going to be available on. I am a Switch player through and through. If it's on the Switch, then I'm going to play it on the Switch. But I think maybe it's going to be an app. I don't know. I have to do some research for you, but it's really, really good. I do recommend. Yeah, it is. That's probably the reason that I needed to do sprints today, is because prior to the sprints, all I did was play Dreamlight Valley all day. I filmed a video. I filmed all of my unread physical books video, and then I just played Dreamlight Valley. It's a problem. I was nearly late to my own streams because I wanted to keep cooking with Remy. I don't blame you. Everyone seems to be playing it right now. I think, is it Beth from Book's Nest? She is like streaming it every day, and every time I go on Twitter or Instagram, she is playing it, which makes me then want to pick it up and play it. It's a really, really good game. It's very good. I'm sure you will love it, but just be warned that it's very heavy reading, and I would look into the trigger warnings because I wasn't quite aware. It was in the first half of the Poppy War, and the way that it was marketed to me was a fantasy, like a school fantasy. Like, it is about Rin getting into this very elite school and then going and trying to survive at this school. And no one warned me that at the end of that book, they were going to get thrust into a war. So I would definitely like recommend you look up the trigger warnings, because there's a lot of them. I get that. I wouldn't say that I am particularly a war reader or like a heavy dark fantasy reader. I don't like dark books. I like my happy little books that give me serotonin because my body doesn't produce enough for me. That is what I like to read. And as I said, when I picked up this book, I didn't know it was going to be dark, but I do think that it is worth reading. And it definitely doesn't ever feel as dark as it is. I think the author has a way of writing it that really works. So it's worth it if you genuinely want to read it and think you can handle the content. Then I would recommend. But it's a lot. I literally just bought it on the Switch store the other night. I decided that I wasn't going to wait for it to come out and be free anymore. I don't know if it's just my game. It can be a bit laggy, maybe because it's like still in its early phases, but it still runs. It's still playable, and £25 for a Switch game I thought was pretty decent. So maybe you should look into that, because I do think you will love it. It is so Disney-fied. Like, I was really worried that it was just going to be a carbon copy of like Stardew Valley or Animal Crossing or so many of the other like cozy games that are coming out. But they've made it so Disney, and I just love the fact that you get to like go through these like doors to get to different characters' worlds to see the character. It's so fun. I'm very sorry. I'm being a very bad person and encouraging everyone to buy this game now, but someone like Beth Streams made me want to buy it. So now I have to make everyone else want to buy it, because we're all going to go down this rabbit hole together. I'm very sorry that I might be taking all of your money from you, but I promise it's worth it. It's very cozy and it's very fun. I know. I'm so sorry. It's just because I haven't been reading, because I've been playing it. So the reason that we have these streams in the first place is because I want to read my book that I'm not reading, because all I'm doing is playing this game. I got home from work at like 11:30 last night, and did I go to bed? No. I started playing Dreamlight Valley. It's an obsession. Be warned before going in, because it's a big game. Like, in the sense that Stardew Valley, there is so much to the game. There's a lot to Dreamlight Valley too. There's a lot of quests, and all of the quests kind of overlap, and you have to complete some quests to finish others. You'll be there all day. You won't be able to stop. So moving on from Dreamlight Valley, because I came here to talk about my book and yet I'm still only talking about this game. Probably we'll do another 45 minutes. What is everyone else's thoughts on this? I think I might be the only one reading, so that's fine. But I am thinking of doing a slightly longer sprint for this next one, just so I can feel like I've been very productive with my reading today. And I was getting kind of into it in the last sprint. It's a very engaging book. I'm at a very good point in it. It feels like we're on a mission now. There's been a lot of we're on a mission, we have our aim, and then it turns out that we've been wrong all along. But I might be wrong about this one too, but it feels like we have a quest. There we go. I'm going to use Dreamlight Valley speak. It feels like we have a quest that we can follow now. So I'm hoping that, yeah, I'm really hoping it turns out okay for our characters. I'm very, very scared. It isn't even like Rin that I actually care about. I've forgotten his name, but it's not Rin that I care about. I'm just going to find his name for you. Because if he dies, I will be crying on stream for everyone to see. That will be a problem. Yeah, he's my favorite character. I don't want him to die, but I don't remember his name. Read it like 5 minutes ago. Don't know his name. Kite, that's his name. I really like Kite, and if Kite dies, I'm gonna be very sad about it, but I feel like he will, because normally the characters that I like the most die, so I'm very scared. I won't be spoiling the ending though, but I'm just scared for it. Okay, we'll do 45 then, because you're working on an essay and reading articles and I'm reading my book, so we'll do a 45-minute sprint. Let me just set up the timer. So I hope everyone is having a good time at work, a good another 45 minutes of productivity, and I will catch up with you in 45 minutes. Hello, everybody. We have a Marvin who has been sat on my lap for the past like 20 minutes, and now that we've come back, actually wants to get down. But he's too big to be a lap dog, but he doesn't know that yet. So we're not going to break it to him. But yes, this is Marvin. He is nearly 2 years old. He is obsessed with hands and fingers, and he just likes to cuddle. So he's literally just been sat on my lap for 20 minutes whilst I've been reading my book. And I've been trying to keep him to show you that he does this, but now he wants to go. Look, Marvin, people are saying hi. There's people on the script. No, he wants to go. Let me just let him out. I was just absolutely frozen there. Like the camera angle was wrong. I was sat like in the most uncomfortable position, but he just settled. And it's like Marvin likes a good cuddle. He likes to be close to people, but he's never just actually like sat on my lap before. And he decided today was going to be the day to do that. But anyway, I read about 70 pages in that sprint. I got very distracted by the woofer. He was just being so cute and I wanted to give him cuddles. So I only read about 70 pages, but they are a good 70 pages. I am so into this book. If anyone new has joined, I am reading The Burning God, which is book 3 in the Poppy War trilogy. I'm very scared because I'm getting close towards the end and I know that it's gonna hurt me. I just know it. But I am really excited to see how it ends. I'm nearly at 500 pages and the book is 600 pages long, and I don't feel like I'm close to the end yet, which means it all goes down in the space of about 100 pages and my brain is about to be completely rattled. So yeah, I'm kind of scared. He said hi back. He was very, very interested in the stream when he first joined. He likes to be up in different places and see and smell things. So he did say hi. You just probably missed it because we were sprinting. He knows it too. He uses it to his advantage. Hi, thank you for joining us. It's okay. I do think that I will do another sprint because I'm just getting very, very into this book now. So I might do another 35 minute one. I don't really want to push myself too hard given this is the first time I've ever hosted reading sprints, but now I've done the first one, I'm kind of over the fear of it now, so we can do some evening ones in the future because I appreciate a lot of you guys are working right now. He is, and he is also like a teddy bear in that if it rains and that fur gets wet, it's just sponge city. Like he stinks for weeks and weeks, and it's not. Owning Labradoodles is not all fun and games. They look very cute and they're very fluffy, but that is a lot of upkeep. Yay! Round of applause because that is a lot. 7. Are you feeling okay? Are you a speed reader? Like what? 7? Is that like 7 papers or like you're saying sources? So is this like history? What exactly are you studying? What is the essay on? I am intrigued now. I feel invested in your success and I would like to know. Definitely. I've been wanting to do them for a really long time and I've just been so scared of like doing it the first time. But now that I did the first ones and I did them by myself too, I don't really have anything to be scared of in the future now. And as I said, I probably do some lunchtime ones because I work in hospitality. So evenings I tend to be busier in the evenings. But I do on some of my days off going forward and things want to do some evening sprints. So this is just going to be a thing that we do now. And I hope everyone is okay with that and here for it and is enjoying it. Whereabouts are you that it's 10 a.m.? You have the whole day ahead of you. That's very fun. It is. It's 2:45. It's 2:45. It's 2:45. How is it 2:45? It's only what, like, the days are just going very, very quickly. It's going to be dark soon. It's getting dark at like 7 o'clock at night now. Has anyone else noticed this? Like, it's autumn. But thank you for joining us. I do hope that you have a productive sprint in the next sprint. And what book are you reading? I'm interested to know. Thank you. That is always good to hear. I felt very, very awkward at first, but I think I've settled into it a bit now. That's good to know. I figured I could probably get away with doing some lunch ones because working from home is still a thing and other people might have weird schedules like I do. So I definitely wanted to do lunch to start with because it's also just quieter. It doesn't feel as pressure. I don't feel as much pressure to like be live at lunchtime as the thought of doing evening ones. So I just wanted to ease myself into it a little bit. Good vibes. Yeah, I don't really know what that's in reference to. Is that the book? I'm sorry. Yay for good vibes. Skim them for keep. Write about storytelling in English classes for children with disabilities. That is very, very valuable. But I'm glad you are being successful. That sounds very interesting. I might Google Scholar that. Okay, fair enough. Eastern Standard Time is always the one that Taylor Swift's albums and music videos are released to. And I always miss them because, yeah, that's just how I know Eastern Standard Time is through Taylor Swift. That's how I know most things is through Taylor Swift. Who is excited about Midnights? I am. Also, if you're in the US, that means you get the Lavender Target edition. The UK never gets any of this Target stuff. That's never... The UK never gets the tour dates. It never gets the Target stuff. It's not fair. Hello, hi. Oh, okay. Thank you. I was so confused, but I'm vibing with the good vibes. I appreciated it nonetheless. I was just very confused. But thank you. So we're up to date on the comments. To the newbies that have joined us, would you like to do like a 35-minute sprint or a 45-minute sprint? I will leave this up to you, especially if you guys are starting work and things. I'm honestly happy to do either. This book is blowing my little bitty socks off. Like, it's just so good. And I'm happy to read for however amount of time. Your best friend sounds like a very cool person. I don't really have anyone in my life that I can talk to about Taylor Swift. I mostly just badger my boyfriend with the news, and now he's kind of invested in Taylor Swift too. So that's worked out in my favor. But oh, it's so exciting. And we predicted it too, but we also didn't predict it. And it's just 45? Yeah, we can do 45. That is fine by me. What are you reading? Are you reading? Are you working? You may have already said and I've missed it, but let me know what you are reading because I'm nosy that way. If you have just joined, you may have just missed the appearance of my puppy. I'm going to leave it up to him if he wants to join us again for another sprint. But in the last sprint, I basically had a weighted blanket on me for 25 minutes and I'm in like a sweater vest when it's actually still quite warm in the UK right now. The UK doesn't know that it is autumn, or at least it's not autumn yet, but I've decided that it is autumn now. I have like autumn candles on, I've got fairy lights on. I've decided it is autumn. The weather has not, my dog has not, and now I am absolutely sweating. But am I going to take off the vest? No, I'm not. Reading Things We Never Got Over by Lucy. Is that by Lucy Score? Yeah, no, it sounds good. I've never heard of it, but I'm going to Google it now. Things We Never Got Over. I'm just so nosy. I literally always Google what other people are reading. Oh, I've seen the cover. So I do know this book because I've seen the cover, but I never process names. I just know what covers look like. So I'm taking it that it's a romance with like a bad boy character between Knox and Naomi. Knox just reminds me of Knox Greenberg from the Sims 4 Eco Living pack, but he is always a good romance option, so I'm here for it. I'm vibing with it. This sounds good. I hope you were enjoying it. It looks good. I've definitely seen it around, so yeah, we'll do a 45-minute sprint to help you get through that. I have the Bone Shard Daughter, or pick something else. I'd go with the Bone Shard Daughter. It has bone in the title, and I'm a big fan of bones, as we can tell. I'm doing a forensic anthropology master's degree, so I like bones, and anything with bone in the title, I will be picking up. I recently discovered that The Bone Season by Samantha Shannon has a main character called Paige in it, and I've never wanted to read a book more than I do right now. I just want to pick up The Bone Season. I don't think it's actually about bones, but it feels like it was made for me. It is. It is time for cozy season. The weather just needs to get with it. Okay, TK Maxx have had their autumn stuff out since July. So if TK Maxx have it out, if TK Maxx say that it is autumn, and the universe needs to get with it. Oh my god, is Bake Off on tonight? I didn't even know. Thank God I am not working tonight. This is my only day off this week, but it still feels like everything's come together. Thank you. That's just made my absolute day. I did not know Bake Off was back. Breathe. Oh, okay, that's a shame. You're doing better than I would do, though. I normally give it until the 100-page mark. If I really feel like maybe it's just intentionally slow, but that will come around to something, then I'll give it until 150 pages in to decide if I'm going to DNF it. But I do hope that it picks up for you. Just don't be afraid to DNF books if you want to. You know, there's so many books out there in the world, so don't waste time. I didn't think it was about bones, but I'm still excited to read it. And I'm just nervous because I couldn't stand Priory of the Orange Tree. I know that is a really, really controversial bookish opinion, but it was just too long for me. And I really liked the queen and the main female, like their little storyline, but I got bored by pretty much every other like character point of view. But I've heard such good things about the Bone Season series, and I think I'm just in the mood for like a really long fantasy series that I can slowly like work my way through, kind of like how I've done with the Poppy War trilogy. So I might pick it up. It's okay. I have plenty of books about bones. I recently purchased, where is it? Let me get it down. It's right at the top of the bookshelf. I got The Bone Houses by Emily Lloyd Jones, and this is about like a graveyard and like robbing bones and things. I've got that for October. I do have some other October books about bones too. I just can't think of them like off the top of my head. So it's okay that the Bone Season isn't about bones. I have plenty that are about bones. It's a very, very fun subject. I did my undergrad in it too, and I loved every second of it. I probably like finding jobs in anthropology is difficult, but I also don't mind because I loved my degree so much that I can't really complain. So all you can really ask for is enjoying yourself. Trying to get through it for a reading blog. I think 200 pages is like a good limit. I like to give myself a cutoff point where if I'm still not enjoying it, to DNF it, even if it is for a vlog, you can still just say to the vlog that you've DNF'd it and here's why. It's just equally as good of a review as finishing it and saying you didn't like it. And interestingly enough, it was actually me forcing myself to read all 800 pages of Priory of the Orange Tree that completely changed my views on DNFing and is why I now give myself limits. Yeah, I didn't realize that it was going to be a 7-book series. I knew it was long. It was only when I Googled it after I'd bought the first book that I realized it was 7 books long. And I feel like they're going to keep changing the covers. So I don't know whether I should just wait. I've already bought the first one though, but I don't know. I have to at least finish this trilogy first. I've got some trilogies to finish. I have made no progress on finishing my series this year. I've just read romances. Okay, I'm now very excited. I'm assuming we're talking about the bone houses. Is that what it's called? Yeah. What noise did I just make? I love like animal sidekicks or like animal anthropomorphic animals in books. It's like a real sweet spot. It is a real sweet spot for me, and I think that's also why I like Disney movies, because they do sidekicks very, very well. Yeah, I think probably my biggest character flaw is that I don't reread books before going into the next one. Do I remember anything that happens in it? No, I'll just figure it out as I go along. That could be why some of my sequel reviews can be quite low. Looking at the Crescent City series, the reason I probably hated House of Sky and Breath so much is because I have no recollection of what happened in Crescent City book 1. And rather than rereading that behemoth of a book, I just decided to jump straight in, forget about it. So don't take my advice. The right thing to do, it would probably be to wait for them to all come out and binge read them. But that's not what I'm going to do. But the fact that you like the series is definitely like a mark in its favor. I'm quite interested to check it out now. I do have my Scythe books because I know you really recommend Scythe by Neil Shusterman as well. They have arrived, so I just need to actually read those now. That is such a good idea. Why have I never thought to do that before? I'm gonna start doing that. That is an incredible idea. And then I don't have to reread them, but I also don't have to just jump straight in not knowing what I'm reading. That game changer that is. Yeah. Yeah. It was one of my faves, but it's not anymore because I just disliked the second book so much. And I read Crescent City book 1 in January of 2021, and then House of Sky and Breath, I believe, came out in like February of 2022. So there was a lot of time in between that, and it's a very, very heavy fantasy book. There was a lot of world building that I no longer recalled. I'm very excited about it. I have the Fairy Loot editions and they're signed and they are so, so pretty. Yeah. Yeah. So I'd say now we'll just go into another 45-minute sprint. Probably be the last one of the day though, but I will obviously come back in, catch up with you guys, see how we're all doing. I just don't want to push myself too far on the first ever live stream. So we'll just do another 45-minute one. And so, yes, happy reading, everybody. I am aiming for another 70 pages or so of The Burning God, hoping to get to at least 500 page mark. And I'll catch up with you in 45 minutes. That was the fastest 45 minutes of my life. I am on page 538. And I'm scared. I'm terrified. Something's gonna happen. It's so good. Like, I don't want to stop reading. I'm not going to do another sprint, but I kind of just want to add like a cheeky another like 20 minutes to the timer just to get through this. But I still have like 100 pages or so to go, or like no, another 70 to 100 pages to go, and I'm scared. It's very scary. I know something is about to go wrong, or like something is gonna happen. Like, there's not 100 pages left of peace. I just know that there's not. I've seen too many reactions to know that this is not going to be a peaceful ending, and I'm scared. I just want to stop reading now when everything's good. Oh, how did everybody else do? That's fair. It's been a lot. I'm probably like, I won't do another sprint now. It's time to chill out, take a little break, and then I have to edit and upload an entire video today because I'm on a double shift tomorrow, so I can't do it tomorrow. So I know that I need a break. Everybody else must need a break too. I've been live for nearly 3 hours, which was just not what I intended today at all. I wanted to really ease myself in, and I have not eased myself in at all. 25 pages. How is it going? What is it actually about? Because I recognize it, but I don't know the plot, and I want to know your thoughts. Yeah, it's like I have seen too many reactions of people crying to this book, and I have 100 pages left, and it's all going a bit too well. I know that my soul's about to be destroyed. I know it is. It's just all going too well. But I swear to God, if one of my favorite characters dies, I wanted to say, that's it, I'm not picking up Babel, but I will be picking up Babel because I'm really, really excited about that book too. I just don't... maybe I should just stop reading now and have this be the ending, because it feels like it's ended, and that's why I'm confused that there's another 100 pages. I don't know. I'm probably going to finish it today or tomorrow. I don't know. But I will post my reaction and my thoughts on my Instagram when I read it. So that is at Page in Chapter. It is linked on all of my YouTube videos if you would like to go follow me on Instagram to see my thoughts on the book. But you don't have to, obviously. It's scary. It's very scary, but I'm gonna finish it. I'm going to destroy my heart and soul for this book. I knew it wasn't going to be an easy read, and it's been an easier read than I predicted it would be. So something is happening. But these sprints have been very, very productive for me. I don't think I would be anywhere close to finishing this book if it wasn't for these sprints. And I really want to just get going on my September TBR because it's not going well. So I will definitely be doing some more sprints throughout this month to try and keep my reading level up. And as well, probably next month when I start uni and classes and things, might do some sprints because I don't want to fall behind on my reading. Oh, okay. Well, I'm interested to hear what you think of it when you're like further in. I'll keep tabs on your channel in order to see what you think, because that sounds really good, and I hope the audiobook is like a good listen. I listened to an incredible audiobook lately, actually, which was Talking as Fast as I Can by Lauren Graham, who plays Lorelai Gilmore in Gilmore Girls, and it is an autobiography about her time on Gilmore Girls, and she narrates it herself. And I was having a really, really bad day the other day, so I just listened to that, and it just kind of felt like Lorelai Gilmore was talking to me and giving me a pep talk, and it was lovely. So I do highly recommend the audiobook of that book if you're a Gilmore Girls fan or you just want some light listening. So I think I will wrap this up here. It seems like we all need a break. I know that I do, especially before I read the last 100 pages or so of this. So I do hope that you guys have enjoyed this sprinting, and thank you so much for joining for my first ever sprints. It wouldn't have gone so well without you guys joining and getting involved and chatting, and it's made it like a very not daunting experience at all. So thank you. I do really appreciate it, and I will be back again for some more sprints soon. So I hope you guys are having a fantastic day and it continues to be productive, or just even chill. Maybe you've done your productivity today and now you want to chill out. So yeah, thank you for joining, and there will be a video posted on my channel tomorrow night, which will be my entire physical TBR if you're looking for some more content. I can't imagine you would. You must be so bored of my voice by now. No problem. Thank you guys for joining. I really appreciated it, and I will see you soon. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.